We're back.
All
Retailers.
right.
Retailist. Is that what you said? The retailist?
The retailers. I like it.
Oh, how's everybody doing? Back to school.
Back at it.
Back in the groove.
Who replaced me on the last episode?
I'm
Zach.
Zach
outing myself.
Zach
T-Mobile.
Splitter.
Yeah, from
T-Mobile.
T-Mobile.
Oh, fun.
Yeah. We were supposed to have him at Texas ICSC in January,
Okay.
and he got sick.
He got
couldn't
sick,
make
yeah.
it. So he subbed in for you.
And you guys did pizza.
We did. We covered pizza.
The Italian's upset.
That's good.
You know, I sat down week before last. I went to reconvene in LA, and I was at breakfast, and you know they sit you at these tables. I sat at a table that was in the shade. It wasn't my assigned table, but they were like right out in the sun. So I was like, I'm bald, so
Relocated.
yeah. But I ended up sitting next to Dave's Hot Chicken's real estate director. Like he's over everything, and it was just really cool listening to him talk about how they think about sites and all that stuff. And what was interesting about it was I'd sat at that table because the guy that I was talking to in line was like interested in our credit fund and all that stuff. And I was like, yeah, I go, one thing is like, usually the sponsors have a pretty keen sense that the site's pretty good. And then on top of that, the retailer, does a ton of due diligence on the site to make sure it works. I go, so we feel really confident by the time it gets to us that this is probably a pretty good piece of real estate, and so we're really just financial back checking everything at that point. And then that guy just starts rambling off. I drive to every site, look at all, and I was like, yes, there's my point right there, and in live action, live ammo. So, it was cool. It's just cool hearing their story. I think they just got bought into by Rourke out of Atlanta.
Mm-hmm.
So I think they're going to expand like 250 stores or something.
Wow. I've never been in one. Have y'all?
No.
I have not.
I haven't. My son has, and he got the Reaper.
Okay, nice.
And the next day, Mom had to go pick him up at school.
Tummy hurt a little bit too much.
Tummy issue.
The Reaper showed
up. But it was interesting just hearing it right from the guy. He was like the head dude. So.
Nice.
Cool.
Were there a lot of people out there?
Yeah, there was probably about I'd say 150, maybe a little more than that, maybe 200. I don't know. I don't know. I kind of get real bored with those things. Yeah. I like all the sessions where you got to sit and listen to someone talk, and I'm just like, I just want to go work. So like, I think I went to one session and then I just went back to my hotel room and worked. I went to the dinners. The dinners were pretty cool. It was good. I mean, I probably developed 2 potential relationships out of there yet to be seen. But
nice.
So,
and where was it?
It was in Santa Monica.
Okay.
So
there's worse places to be.
Yeah, I was. I haven't been to LA in 20 years, so it was cool.
I love that place. It's so nice.
It's pretty nice.
It didn't seem much different than Dallas to me. I mean, I felt like traffic was about the same, and LAX is huge though. Golly, I felt like once I got through security, it was like a 2-mile hike to my gate. So
yeah, I feel like that traffic is horrible. Like if it felt like here, I think you were in a good area.
Yeah, I guess so. I mean,
it can be brutal.
Yeah, those here, there, JFK and London Heathrow are all very similar.
Mm-hmm.
Once you get out of your terminal and then you go to wherever you need to go to transport out, very long walks, tons of congestion.
Yeah.
But all very similar, like demographics, economy. They're all, the hub for their locations.
Mm-hmm.
But they're all like, it's difficult to get in and out of besides from just being in the airport.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, we were in Newport a couple of weeks ago, and it's 65 to 75, so pretty tough.
Yeah, every time I go to California, I say I get it.
Yeah,
I get it. So, But man, 13% personal income tax.
Jeez. Weather tax.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah.
So, well, what's happening? What's happening on the net lease side, Bob?
Net lease. Well, we'll jump in and cover our 3 favorite tenants that we track and kind of update each month. But we'll go through 7-Eleven, I guess, first. Kind of, again, 12 plus years. We're trying to track most of the new construction stuff. So currently there's 74 on market. Last month there's 72. Last month they sold 9. There's 9 or 11 new properties that hit the market in the last 30 days. So net increase of a couple. And then, if you're kind of looking at supply, there's about 8 months supply on the market right now, which is maybe a little bit higher. One of the things that's interesting that we've seen since the bonus got extended was we're primarily tracking the new construction, but we've seen more and more kind of, shorter term or just 10 years remaining that have hit the market, older portfolios that have kind of hit that rent bump, and owners have taken depreciation and now they're wanting to sell it, or, maybe they bought it off exchange, but now's a good time with bonus getting extended. So we're seeing more of those hit the market. So that's kind of part of the reason we're seeing an influx of inventory and inventory getting a little bit bigger, but we're seeing like that product move, and not a lot of change with last month. High price point is just over 14 million. Medians right about 8.4, and then low price point on that 7-Eleven side's just under 2.
Where's the $2 million 7-Eleven at?
So there's a few of them out there, these smaller price points, but
what part of the world are they sitting in?
So some of them, there's a few in Texas that are lower price point, probably not the 2 million, but there's some $3 million assets that have shown up in some of these older portfolios. Some in the Carolinas.
So they're in decent markets?
They're in decent markets.
Oh.
Yeah.
I thought you were getting like the tersh pricing.
No, there's a pretty good asset in McKinney that hit the market, older portfolio, $3 million kind of price range. So there's some older assets that have hit the market.
Don't get any ideas, Will.
There's some in the Carolinas
We're
right
short.
now. Yeah. And some of those are getting sold off in smaller portfolios. So good activity there. But with the extension, we're seeing more people are like, all right, now's a good time to get it on the market and try to capitalize on that.
So rates dropped, but the 5 and 10 year didn't really move. So no. I don't know that that's done anything for.
Not really. Not that we've seen. Everybody we've talked to, lenders and otherwise, have said, hey, that rate reduction we just got was priced in. A lot of them will tell us, hey, do you see rates coming down between now and the end of the year? A lot of them say it's already priced in. So it'll be interesting to see what happens. I was looking at CMD Group. They publish kind of what the probability is of a rate cut or staying the same. Their projection on next month as far as rate cuts at like almost 97%. And then staying the same is like 3%.
I wonder if bookies take bets on that.
They do.
It's the poly market.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Tommy and I were going to do it on the last one. And then he ended up not. We were going to put $100, split it 50-50 on it. I think we were going to put 50 on it being flat, 50 on it being going down.
Mm-hmm.
The payout on it going up was monster.
Oh, it's probably like 2001, I bet.
Yeah. Like I think if we put in $100, it was like we were going to make $4,000.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
So have you seen that reel on Instagram where the two dudes are sitting there and they have the phone on the table and they're listening to it, and it's an automated message for the gambling hotline, and they're betting on whether it's a male or a female that answers the phone. And it's like, hello, hey, it's a female. He's like, yes. And the guy's like, damn it, you picked.
That's funny.
Yeah, so get you some prop bet action on
Rate cuts.
rate cuts.
What's interesting is I was listening to an analyst, and he's a financial analyst. He was talking about different numbers, and one of the questions he got was where, he was kind of getting a lot of his statistics and stuff, and Polymarket was one of the ones he threw out. He's like, it's really pretty accurate from rate cuts and other things. I thought he said like 90%. I mean, it was pretty, I was kind of shocked.
What's Polymarket? I don't know what this is.
I don't know either.
What is it?
So you can bet on election results.
Yeah.
You can bet on all things kind of non-sports related that has a significant outcome.
So like government shutdown coming up, like can we bet on that?
They'll have something out there.
They had the Pope elections on there. Oh yeah, these are taking positions on which cardinal is going to become Pope. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah,
I love this.
Back to the election, I heard a lot about it prior to the election. Yeah, people betting on it. It was pretty interesting.
That's cool. I got to get into this.
That's a whole new segment for you. Trade, bro. Let's just keep you in the NCAA box. Don't let Jeff know on that. He's going to be gone. On 7-Elevens, do you guys differentiate between the new Speedway concept they acquired? Because our pipeline, the ones that I'm not sure if we got you far enough down the pipeline of evaluation of the deals. They were all Speedway concepts. Obviously, it's 7-Eleven paper or the credit on it. But do you guys see those coming out a lot? Do you bifurcate those or no?
No, not really. Like we look at it as far as the credit, and we're focused on 7-Eleven credit is really what's behind it. Okay. So where it will make a difference is markets make a difference. And so we've talked about this a little bit in the past, but if you're in Texas or Florida or, a growing market like Phoenix, Carolinas are strong. California is its own world, but you start talking about markets in some of the Midwest that are just, not showing all the same signs of growth like a Texas or Florida. It just gets evaluated differently. And Speedway's pretty strong up there. And so you'll see some of those assets that are branded Speedway. We wouldn't price them different because of Speedway versus 7-Eleven branding on the signage because it's still 7-Eleven credit. But that market we would look at as far as just like where those deals, a lot of the Midwest is trading, call it 25 basis points higher potentially. Yeah. And it could be more, it could be less, just quality of real estate. But as a general kind of rule of thumb, we'll see those markets trade higher.
Okay. Yeah. Yep. I think the portfolio of development that we looked at was all 20 based, I-20 based, and then some went up to Ohio. Yeah. The one in Ohio actually has done very well. It's in Columbus, the Columbus MSA.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, they do great in a lot of those markets, and you don't see them adjust cap rates, whether it's build caps and then based on a market, but it does affect exit caps. So we look at it just on a state by state basis when we're kind of looking at the entire market. We'll dig into that more for sure there.
Cool.
All right. Let me jump to our sponsor.
Yeah,
sure.
All right. So Chipotle, again, all these are pretty consistent. There's been a little nuanced stuff that's different, but on Chipotle, there are currently 49 on market. Again, this is kind of newer construction, 13 plus years remaining. Last month, there was 52, 8 sold last month. 5 new hit the market. So there's a net decrease in Chipotle's.
Positive absorption.
3. Yeah, that's right. Positive absorption. That's right. So
there'll be less next month too.
Yes.
We're selling one.
All right.
10 on 10-15.
Nice. Supply, there's about 6 months supply of Chipotle's on the market. So again, that's really attractive for buyers in that market. They love the drive-through or the pickup Chipotle. Good price points, although there's some of those that are creeping up. The high price on the Chipotle's that we're tracking is $5.4 million. The median is right around 3.5. And then there's some that are low 2 million, but those are older sites for the most part. Cap rates, kind of the high on them is 5.65 list. Median is right around a 5. And then there's seen some 4s like in California and, aggressive markets like that.
Ours is a new build in LJ, Georgia. And I can't remember what the cap rate is. It's probably towards the higher one that you referenced.
Where is that? Is that outside of Atlanta or
it's
close?
Hour and a half, 2 hours north of Atlanta.
It'd be like downtown Dallas and then like Sherman.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a good reference.
So,
See, we would call that DFW, but
it is
if
now.
we're marketing that, it depends on how far it stretches out, but we start
It might
going,
be a little bit further
South
than
of the Red
MSA?
River, DFW.
Atlanta MSA. Yeah. Yeah. But no, it's
Atlanta, Georgia MSA.
But yeah, no, our Chipotle portfolio has done very well.
Yeah, every Chipotle we've had moved. We haven't had any issues.
They're great. I think, I think they were a little light on their numbers last quarter, but overall that continues to perform really well.
Right.
Buyers love it, especially with the new drive-through. It just gives them confidence. Something happens to them, you can always backfill that. You're always going to have a desire for a drive-through, whatever that asset is.
Yep.
All right. And then Starbucks. So Starbucks has had a little news lately.
Dun, dun, dun. I wish I had like a little high.
Yeah, I think we have it, but
Oh yeah, it's down there.
I'm not pushing any buttons and Bella.
Yeah, they had a. I stayed in downtown on Friday night. Me and Tammany went down there for our anniversary, and then we got Starbucks on the way out right there at Victory Park.
Yeah,
this
that's
lady,
one of them.
this girl's like, I've worked here like 5 years, and tomorrow we shut down tomorrow. This is our last day.
Yeah.
Oh man.
So they're closing 434 locations.
Oh, I thought it was 100.
Oh, that's a bigger number than.
Yeah, so 434, and I think they all closed September 27th. I think that was the last day.
Mhm.
What's
And
today?
The
20th.
30th.
30th.
Oh,
Yeah.
They're gone.
They're closed, Will.
They're
gone.
done. They're gone.
So we've
Is
got
it phased
20
at all, or are they all?
As far as I can tell,
Yeah.
they were all going to close this quarter, and as far as I can tell, they're all closed
Yeah.
at this point. So 22 of those were in Texas, and I think we had about 6 in Dallas-Fort Worth that closed. The one in Victory, for instance, was a pickup-only location.
Yeah.
So a lot of the ones that closed were non-drive-through, locally were non-drive-through assets. They
I think
did close
all of them
one.
I saw were non-drive-through.
They did close one in Plano off
Okay.
Alma that had
Okay.
a drive-through on the hard corner. They closed one in Lubbock, right off Slide. That was actually a brand new build with a drive-through. So they closed some that were, less than a year old.
Yeah.
Which
Oh,
is
no.
amazing.
So are they? I bet there's some in that inventory list that just got closed.
Yeah, like there's.
They gonna be closed.
That's a good question.
here's the list.
Rob's already calling them owners.
Yeah, we're already on it.
Would you like to turn into a bank?
Yeah, I haven't gone through the list of on market comparing it yet, but
Sure.
I was definitely looking at all the Texas stuff. I saw an updated list that had some more on there today that I haven't gone all the way through yet. But
God, if you're a developer
most of
holding
the
one of
ones-
those you just built and it just goes dark on you.
So by the way, out of that 430 that's being reported, over 100 were in California.
Yeah.
Which I think is significant. Like they're going to have,
most are West Coast.
Yeah.
Like
they're not going to have, I don't think, anything in LA at all. I think they're.
Why? Why?
I don't know.
No. Wait. No more in LA. Like there's not a location in Los Angeles.
Yeah, I take that with a grain of salt. I have not researched that. But when you scroll through this list, it is just California. The first 2 pages are all California sites.
Wow.
So I don't know if you remember.
a lot in Washington too.
I met a guy at ICSC Red River. I want to say he had 24 Starbucks. He had built.
He owned them, or
He built them and they were still on his books. He had fixed rate debt, and the money, the equity was mostly him and like his family. So he's like, I'm good, but the conversation's now almost a year old, but I don't. You just think about a guy like that.
what I will say, let's put a positive spin on this, right? If you're that landlord, you have a great building that has a drive-through that's either on a hard corner or is a great freestanding pad. Starbucks is about to call you and make you an offer to terminate that lease.
Mm-hmm.
If you get a good buyout check from Starbucks and you turn around and find somebody, it could be a Chipotle for that matter.
Yeah.
We just talked about them. And you find a tenant to backfill that space and take it as is. In theory, you could end up with a brand new 10-year lease from a corporate credit tenant and have money in your pocket from the termination of Starbucks previously. So now there will be exceptions to that. They built some of these in very small towns in Oklahoma, for instance. I don't know how you're going to replace the rent structure that Starbucks was paying you.
Yeah,
and I don't know how you're going to find the quality of tenant that's going to backfill it. But generally speaking, you're going to have some folks that actually come out better on the back end of this with fantastic real estate and a great new tenant paying rent on a 10-year lease.
Yeah. I think one of the things, the other positive I saw was I didn't see a ton of small markets, just focused on Texas. That's mainly what I was kind of looking at while I was going through the list. But
there's one off 35 in Italy.
There's
that may be a little,
Italy.
Sorry.
They were primarily cafe stores.
Yeah.
Few drive-throughs, that sounds like.
Sure.
But I thought that was encouraging that a lot of those smaller, markets, sounds like they're performing well and they weren't on that list.
I mean, do you just tell Starbucks to suck it and pay the rent? I mean, I guess that's an option, right?
How many times have you talked about vacant buildings being a struggle?
They suck.
But
yes, in theory, Starbucks is going to keep paying their rent, until that lease rolls.
Yeah, tenant-wise, I think Starbucks is great.
That's right.
And here's the other thing: if you look at this, it's like 1% of their stores. Like it's a
2 point. I think it's 2.1%
with that bigger number.
Yeah.
I wonder how many stores they're planning on opening in the next 12 months.
When's their earnings call? You'll find out then.
Yeah.
They're still opening stores. They're still signing deals. I think this is just a chance to, if you're going to make closures, let's just rip the Band-Aid off and let's get rid of the ones that are non-essential.
Culling of the herd.
That's right. Yeah,
for sure. Yeah, I think they said it's $1 billion restructuring, between, I think they let 900 corporate jobs go.
That's right.
Closing of these assets, there's store personnel, obviously, that are no longer there. So
it's wild to think they need to do this because every time I go to Starbucks, it's freaking packed.
Well, it's just new leadership, right? So you got a new team looking at a board, making decisions about the future and going, hey, let's thin out the herd, employees and stores, and let's focus on our strengths and continue, in the right direction.
Yeah, which I think they're trying to reinvest in those stores that are performing well, which is the majority of them, and get back to, what they used to call the third place and getting people into the site where it feels like somewhere you can hang out if you're not going through the drive-through.
Right.
What is the third place?
So
do you know what that is? I don't.
They used to. Howard Schultz termed it the third place. He's like, you've got home, work, and we want to be that third place that you go to hang out and meet people, and it was big. Like that was his big deal. If you go back and look at how it came about into the States, it was around for a long time, but Howard spent time over in Italy and really fell in love with the cafes and just the culture and people going to hang out. And he's like, I want to bring that back here to the States. So that's what he always called it, the third place.
It's cool.
That makes sense. Cause I feel like sometimes we have meetings and it's just meet at Starbucks.
Yeah. It's the third place.
Yeah.
My house, the office, or Starbucks.
You're on Parker. There's a closure on Parker. And I immediately looked it up because I thought it was ours down here.
Yeah.
And it's the one I know. I was like, oh, dang, they just got smoked.
So that's the drive-through, Parker and Alma.
Yeah, it's all the way down there.
Yeah.
So ours is safe.
Anything in particular with that site? Is it too close to two others or?
Yeah, I have not researched it. Yeah. I got that list and did the same thing. Hey, what are some opportunities here for our tenants? And so that's what I was running through. Yeah. And that was the only one in our market that was freestanding hard corner drive-through that they're closing. Everything
Any idea
else
how old that one is?
I don't. The one here's not drive-through. It's in a like a shopping center.
Tom Thumb Anchored Shopping Center.
The three I saw in Dallas were all.
That's all part of the same project.
It's all part of the same project, but you know it's there? Target, and they've got one inside Target. So that's why I was like, oh no, I wonder if there's redundancy there and one of those is going away. But it did not appear so.
Yeah.
Well,
right now.
by not being on the list, it didn't appear. So.
Yeah. Well, but I looked at a similar list that I think Bob, like I didn't know it was up to 400. I had a number of 100.
Yeah.
And I only saw like 6 in DFW or 7 in Texas. It was not a big number. So that one of those might be gone.
I wonder why they're just bailing on LA.
If you just look at, if you got to go back to COVID and what happened there, where they were, people were going in the office. And so where they were really having a tough time are those downtown markets like in LA or San Francisco or New York, Chicago, where people were working from home. Employers are like, hey, stay at home. And so all those sites really suffered. So I think a lot of the dense urban areas that didn't have drive-through, those have had a tougher time. And then, it's still, you read about it today, like office and get back to work and get back in the office is really getting pushed pretty hard by a lot of big companies these days. And they're still, I think you look at the office numbers and they're still, they're getting better, but they're still lighter than they were.
Yeah. They're just,
Yeah, right.
So on this list, there are 14 in Los Angeles that are closing, not to mention the surrounding cities. Just Los Angeles addresses, 14 that are closing. Wow. There's 3 in Napa that are closing.
How many in New York City?
I don't know.
Because there's that was the joke growing up. Like once I got through college, it was like there was a Starbucks on every corner. That was kind of a thing that they had.
Yeah, I mean, there's a quick, fly through on this list. There's probably 30 with New York addresses, and then you've got another, 6 in Brooklyn that are closing. So
you have Manhattan zip codes there. 9.
Yeah.
9's Los Angeles, 0.
So I say 90210.
Yeah, it got flipped. 0 is New York. 0 is New York. Wow.
Well, maybe you should buy their stock now. They might get rewarded for this thinning.
Yeah, we've seen that when
That's
we track
usually
it.
what happens. You think, oh, there's something wrong, so you don't buy it, and then it goes up.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, that was a great job. Good job on cutting costs.
Yeah.
Driving profits.
Every retailer needs to do it.
Yeah.
And those that are not doing it are just delaying the inevitable.
Yeah.
You saw when that merger between Albertsons and Kroger fell out, Kroger turned around and closed a handful of stores.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like, look, you can't, eventually some are going to get tired. Some are going to have crime issues. Some are going to have, construction out front, whatever it may be. There's going to be things that are going to impact your stores. You have to thin the herd from time to time. And most of the time it's, hey, we opened 100 and we closed 40 or whatever it may be. It's not often that you have somebody come in and just mass closures when the company's still very healthy and doing great. But it's just a matter of, hey, if you haven't been closing them over time, you've got to thin the herd eventually.
Yeah. I think one of you guys touched on this, but when you're going to do it, it's like, just go hit all of them that are on the border, just clear it.
Yeah.
Close.
They gonna be closed. Starbucks and Preston Road, they gonna be closed. Michael Irvin Starbucks closures. Park and Toll Road, they gonna be safe.
I love it.
Oh man, you're going to get on the drum or whatever he's doing for the games now.
Man, he's going nuts. Those games.
He's going crazy.
We saw him at the Miami game doing the hurricane warning.
Yeah.
Ringing that thing.
Was it the bell? Okay, that's what it was. I was like, what is he doing? I forgot.
Yeah.
He was going to town.
He's just pouring sweat.
He's like yelling at those kids and just spitting all over.
the playmaker.
Yeah. So what about sales? So we haven't gotten to sales yet on Starbucks.
Totally sidetracked.
No, but like I had a
kind of
feeling
on topic, right?
that this was probably going to be a cornerstone of this episode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So as far as just pure numbers that we're tracking, so there's like 143 on the market right now. Again, this is more of the new construction. The total number's higher than that. Last month there's 151. 21 sold in previous 30 days, and there's a new 13 that hit the market. So
Good.
net decrease
Positive
overall.
net absorption.
Yeah, so it's not bad. There's about 6 months, just over 6 months supply. So because there's not as many that have been coming out, and I think they pulled back a little while ago, we're still seeing new sites hit the market, but it's not the same kind of velocity as it was. So I think that'll continue. I think the cap rates will hopefully come back down a little bit. Cap rate wise, the high is about 5.65, median's around a 5, and then on the low side in California, there's a 4 cap. So
there's 14 people with 4 caps right now that are looking at treasury yields like, oh, this sounds a lot better.
Yeah.
and we've seen some in the 6s. So anyway, those are the smaller markets, the less desirable markets.
Yeah.
And then the rents and price points have been bumping up. We've seen for a while now. So, high price point is just under $6 million. Median is about $3.5 million. And then there's still some older sites that are, under $2.5 million. So those are pretty attractive if they're well located.
Did they close the one in Graham, Texas? They just opened a brand new one, and every time I go there, there's no one there.
No, that was not on the list.
No. Made the cut.
For now.
For now.
Do people trade coffee as a commodity? I can't remember. I think that is an index.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
This is the second conversation I've had in a week about tenants who are in the commodities businesses not doing very well.
Yeah.
They're
Thin margins.
Yeah.
What else do I have for you? I guess, 10-year, just to touch on that real quick. So the high for the last 30 days is just under 4.3. Median's around 4.11. The low back on 9/11 got down to 4.01. And then, I don't know, when I checked earlier, it was like 4.13 earlier today. So,
Not a ton of movement.
Not a ton of movement. It's still kind of been trading in that range and just hovering in there. And again, like that's with a rate reduction. Back to the point earlier about lenders, I think a lot of it's already priced in. So
yeah,
we'll see what happens between now and the end of the year. And then, like I said earlier, CME Group showing they think it's almost 100%. I think 97%. They're gonna reduce another 25 basis points next month. So we'll see what happens.
Good.
Don't bankers just always tell you that it's already banked in? Isn't that just the...
yeah, I mean,
no, we already factored that in.
We had a great...
Not when it's going the other way.
Yeah. No.
Wait a minute. I know I just gave you that last week, but...
Yeah, we've been on the
wrong... Well,
we were on the right side, but we didn't get what we wanted.
Yeah, we had a term sheet on a property, and they're like, hey, sign the term sheet, and
this was Silicon Valley blowout day.
It was on a Friday.
wow.
It was on a Friday, and I didn't sign it. And on Monday, Silicon Valley Bank blew out over the weekend. The 10-year dropped like
a ton. I was like 150 bips.
Yeah. And I was like, okay, I'm ready to sign. And they're like, oh, wait, we didn't put a floor in there. And I was like, you mother.
Yeah, I was calling him. I'm like, lock now. We get on the call and the dude's just backpedaling everything. And it was like, I'm on mute and I'm just enjoying myself. Jeremy just like, Dad, Jagger, jab.
It was total, well, it's not exactly how we price it. I go, what do you mean it's not how you price it? It's totally how you price it. It was There's rules for thee, but not for me situation.
I will say Jeremy and I are proud because we changed that bank's pricing policy.
Yeah.
They have forever. They now put floors in all of their term sheet across all loan options.
Yeah.
They never did that before. Good job.
Yeah, we showed them.
Yeah, eat it.
We make them write an extra sentence in all of their term sheets now. But we still paid the rate.
Yeah, we did. I think it was like 10 basis points off. We're like, God damn it.
He gave us a little haircut, but not much. So
They've got an extra checkbox on their list of things to go down. Is there a floor in this one?
The Mercer clause.
Yeah.
All right. So a couple news items we can touch on.
Yeah.
So we've got, let's see, Dollar Tree just broke ground on their new distribution center back in Oklahoma that was destroyed by the tornado back in April of 24.
Well,
so
then it caught on fire, didn't it?
I think that's right. Yeah.
So
a million square feet
Yeah.
is now back under construction in Marietta, Oklahoma.
I mean, it got split like right in half.
Yeah.
And then it caught on fire.
I drove past it and sent an internal message to everybody like the week after because we were going up to go look at a building and there was shit everywhere. It was wide open.
Wow.
Just huge box.
You guys, what happens with somebody blows up a major distribution center like that? Do they go find temporary space? Do they go operate out of their next closest distribution center?
I've never been a part of.
I've never been in that situation.
Actually, who's the Benny Heath? I have been in a claim when I was at Holt, and they moved. It was when the freeze happened. They had a big freezer cooler space in San Antonio, and the damage was all the freezer lines in the refrigerated room. Obviously, they froze, so they expanded and then contracted, and just blew apart. And if I remember correctly, they just moved, but it wasn't like 1 million feet. It was 30 to 50,000 feet.
I had a couple of those situations when the big freeze happened to tons of every building just about had their sprinkler pipe burst and everybody's scrambling to go put something somewhere else. So, but
the second largest tenant I worked with in that situation was down at Holt's place on by Fair Park. But it was all like dry. It was airplane parts. They didn't move anything though.
Me and Matt Spellman with TIG, we were talking about the time we took a trip to Oklahoma and we went up into an F5 tornado, and then we were talking about the Dollar Tree building, and he goes, "Well, that insurance claim on contents is pretty cut and dry, and then it's just everything's $1." Oh, it was pretty funny.
That's funny.
So
back to some closures. So Salad and Go announced 41 closures.
Oof.
Yep. So
how many Salad and Go deals did you do, Rob?
We did about 25. We did about 25.
What happened? What happened? Just not making any money?
Well, what's interesting is they've got so they're in Phoenix and Tucson and Vegas, Dallas, Oklahoma, Houston, San Antonio, and I think some of those markets are still performing. Right?
I think Phoenix is a really good market.
Phoenix was the home turf for them. That's where it was launched. That still does very well. So Phoenix, Tucson, and Vegas will not be affected by these closures. So they're status quo. And then I think a lot of the closures were really in Houston and San Antonio where the brand just hasn't really taken hold. So we've got a handful of closures in Dallas, but not near, I think it's, 12 out of the 41, something like that.
So some of them in Dallas are still open and operating.
100%.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And those, I think it's a brand recognition thing. I think it's a value proposition. I think the customers just have to get used to, why they're going there. And they just entered Houston not long ago, and I just don't think it had taken hold. And so it was time to kind of cut some ties with some other markets.
We had one on the market in Houston with a client, and trouble started before we got too far, so we ended up just pulling it off the market. But what's interesting is well located down in Sugarland, good incomes across from Kroger, good real estate, and they've had pretty solid interest from other tenants, whether it's, coffee users and otherwise. But
seems like Dutch would be like a
Dutch is,
They
I
would
think,
walk right
looked
into
at a
that
lot of them.
footprint.
They did a lot of adjacent tenants, right? So they'd come in and split a 1 acre pad, and you do Dutch on half and Saladin go on half. But for instance, 380 and Hardin up in McKinney, that closed, and I think the ground lease there was probably $90,000 a year. Well, they went dark. BlackRock came in and paid significantly more than that because the building was already in place. So back to kind of the reuse of some of those Starbucks, it's not always a bad outcome, right? Sometimes you end up with a great tenant who's going to backfill that can utilize that building, and you get more rent than what you were getting before.
I've heard they're not doing buyouts, but I think they're trying to negotiate deals. I even heard they're trying to get some money out of tenants that are looking to come in and assume those leases.
Some key money.
Yeah.
Only in retail.
It's wild.
I like Salad and Go. It's good value.
It's a great
Yeah,
value.
you love
it
it.
is.
Dylan's really big on it too.
Yeah, so they've got
$7.
Yeah, I
First,
pulled in the morning.
Like, how often would you go?
Oh,
I mean, I just get streaky, but like I'd go like every day for a week, you
Really?
know, like for a couple of weeks, and then I'd just get sick of eating it.
Yeah.
Go to something else and go back.
Yeah.
So.
Nice.
They've got like a $10 combo where you
It
can get
is.
the breakfast sandwich, the coffee, and the salad that you'll eat at the office later in the day. It's
Yeah.
like, you're not going to get that anywhere else
No.
for a healthy option.
I mean, our sponsor charges you $20 when you walk in the door for lunch.
It's just because you get extra queso.
That's true.
Let's see. Toys R Us is just announced they're going to open 10 U.S. flagships by the year end.
great.
Yeah.
It's like my childhood.
So the only one in Dallas will be Grapevine Mills. So you can go take a walk down memory lane.
So what are they going to be the big footprint still?
They're going to be a little bit smaller. I think these are more like 15 to 18,000 square feet range. But I still think there is a need for that store type and product and private. That's a classic private equity story of PE stepping in, sucking the lifeblood out of that company, and then blaming it on COVID and forcing them into bankruptcy, and then liquidating everything and making a huge sale on the back end. So, yeah, I think there's that's a whole web that we could go down. But the truth is, I still think there's a very strong future for that brand. That was my first ever job in retail at Toys R Us when I was 15 years old. So hits home. So I'm excited for those guys. I think it'll be hopefully it's a great comeback story.
I hope so too, because one of my memories growing up is you get the catalog for Christmas. They do like the special.
Yeah, you just flip through that thing. It's like that thing.
Yeah, and you're like,
badass.
your parents were like, circling what you want.
That remote control car looks so cool.
Exactly. Or this G.I. Joe set or the Lego set. And like my kids are younger.
Yeah.
And you don't really get that now. American Girl for the girls does that. But I don't think Amazon sends anything out. So
they just send you a screenshot. They text it to you.
Yeah. It's like, to show my kids. But
this is what I want.
I remember my dad later when the cat's out of the bag about what that whole deal is. But he would have so much fun going to the store and just picking it all up.
Yeah.
That's
the old East Bay magazine that used to show up. You'd highlight the sneakers and the jerseys and everything you wanted.
For sure.
Yeah. All right. So, Racetrack just acquired Potbelly for $566 million. It's kind of an interesting play.
Potbelly.
It is interesting.
Yeah. So
how's gas going to play into Potbelly?
They put the store in the gas station?
I've got to assume that's the growth engine, right? Is to add the deli into their large racetrack locations. You've got that big ice cream station in every one of them with the soft serve and all the toppings. Yeah. Maybe that becomes a Potbelly station in the future.
I wonder if that's like Sheets.
Yeah. Well, I was going to say, I feel like a lot of those C-store brands are trying to continue to add food offerings. And so I think it makes sense from that standpoint.
Yeah.
It was kind of unexpected, I thought, but have y'all been in Wawa?
Oh, yeah.
So, man, people, you go to Florida and we drove by this Wawa at a conference. I was like, man, we got to go stop in there. It was packed all the time. You go in there and people are ordering sandwiches and stuff from the, little restaurant inside, all on the kiosk, made to order. And I think that's where a lot of these guys are going. And so Quick Trip's really stepped up their game. 7-Eleven's trying to do more and more in those food offerings. And so I think this kind of fits from that standpoint.
Yeah.
In the Northeast, Wawa obviously is huge. And they compete big with Sheetz.
Yeah.
Because you'll get gas stations with Wawa instead of just a convenience store standalone.
Yeah.
And so we would go there after having a night out all banged up, and you hit a Wawa like at 2 a.m. and it's full.
Yeah.
Like, that's like the fourth place when you're 21, 22.
Right.
Sounds like it's going to be better than Aldi or Allsup's burritos. That's a food offering, but it's really gross. Well, they're really good, and then you're like, why did I eat that?
Gut bomb.
Yeah.
The Reaper.
Yeah. Very similar.
Let's see. So Peloton has announced they're closing all of their showrooms throughout the country. It's kind of interesting. So they've got some great real estate, from Legacy West to South Lake Town Square. And I think, those guys obviously during COVID
crushed it.
Yeah.
And then that has slowed down significantly. And so big push for just online only. All of those showrooms will be closing by summer of next year. So that's some good real estate coming back on the market.
I get called that from a mile away, and I'll tell you why. You'll appreciate this because you listen to Shop Talk.
Yeah.
You're going to laugh. The secondhand market on Facebook Marketplace for Peloton equipment is immense. Because all these people went out and bought all this shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then it's like you go pick up, they came out with a rowing machine and then the treadmill and the, whatever else they had. And you can grab it for the bikes. It's $1,200, $1,500. You can get it for like $500 right now.
Dude, like I just didn't get that. I was like, oh yeah, let me get a bike and just ride a stationary bike. I mean, I guess they had some really pretty hot instructors on those videos, and maybe that motivated some people. But
a lot of the gyms were closed. We bought one, and it was like we couldn't get into the gyms weren't open.
Well, yeah, but like, do you ride the bike at the gym? Like, do you go get on the bike and? I never ride the bike at the gym.
Not like that. Like warm up, like for a minute.
Yeah.
Kind of get loose, and then you're like, no, you're not staring at a screen in the middle of the place.
Yeah, that was a big COVID push for sure. Just because I think it was tough to get, Rob, to your point, you couldn't go to the gym. It was difficult to get. If you remember, I used to go to the gym and I was like just trying to order equipment and everything was backlogged.
Oh, yeah.
You couldn't get anything. It took forever. So I think people were like, let's go get a bike. Let's go get whatever was available. And yeah, the stock took off like a rocket and then came crashing down.
Yeah.
I think they even walked their warehouse lease in DFW. Do you remember?
Yeah,
remember that?
I did. I'm pretty sure they did.
Yeah, it was a big deal too.
Yeah, it was like 700,000 feet or something.
It was a big one.
So,
Yeah, we don't need that.
Yeah.
All right, let's see. Aldi is targeting 3,000 open locations in the next 3 years. So it took
How many?
Walgreens?
Aldi.
No, I know, but could they go into Walgreens?
Yeah, potentially. So it took them 35 years to reach 1,000, but then it only took them 10 to reach 2,000, which was back in 2020. And now they're targeting to open 800 over the next 3 years as part of a $9 billion investment to increase the U.S. footprint, bringing their total well in excess of 3,000 locations.
Does JLL work on that? Or how do they farm that out?
Yeah, so they'll have, local brokers. We don't do the Aldi work here, but I'm sure there are some of us throughout the country that do their work. But it's, and they were showing that that's a big part of their future growth is to find those second gen spaces. To grow that quickly, ground up is tough.
Yeah.
And so, hey, if we can go back and retro some of the Walgreens or CVS's or whatever it may be, I think those could be great opportunities. But
what was the number? 800?
800 over the next 3 years.
Wow.
So since 2020, they've opened up 500. So they're at 2,500 today, and they plan to add 800 over the next 3 years.
What's crazy, it made me think about it when you're talking about those numbers. So as a point of reference, like 7-Eleven is on this big tear trying to grow. They are trying to open 1,300 new kind of large format stores by 2030. So not that much longer and 1,300 stores, and they've already, they're already the largest in the U.S. So it's pretty.
And what Chipotle wants to open a store a day.
Yeah.
Is there that many customers out there for all these different concepts? I mean, do people, I guess it comes back to like, do you eat at home anymore?
I mean, is there people just being like, God, I wish I could go to 7-Eleven today.
Yeah.
But man, they're just so packed. When they open up 1,300 more of them, it'll really free up some capacity for me to go get a taco there. What do they have? That taco? They have that. No, they got a taco concept in it, right?
Yeah.
They got that
Laredo
from
taco.
Stripes down in South Texas.
They're not opening all those anymore.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
They're not that great. Their tacos weren't that good.
Yeah, they do really well in South Texas where they started, but yeah, they've had a tough time opening some of the other markets.
I'd believe it.
So you've got grocery continues to grow. You've got Kroger is adding 4 locations in DFW, $160 million to open those 4. So I think the one in Anna just opened up. You've got one in Little Elm, one in Sendera Ranch. And sorry, I take that back. Melissa just opened. Anna is about to start construction this month. So, you're seeing obviously continued growth from HEB, continued growth from Tom Thumb, and now, Kroger is continuing to do the same thing. So the grocery wars in Dallas,
I'd be
charge
scared
on.
if I was any of those guys.
Yeah.
HEB is just a beast.
Yeah.
Well, I want to, HEB, if you listen to this, you have a lease on Ferndale and Northwest Highway. Please reopen the store. It's from their Sun Fresh acquisition.
Yeah.
It's a dark location. And there's you lived in Lake Highland. They would crush it. Murder it. Just open the store.
Yeah.
It'd be so good.
I mean, my wife drives past Kroger to go to HEB.
100%. You know what's like not even a quarter mile down the street from the dark location? It's Kroger. I know for a fact that not a single mother would go to Kroger if they had an HEB option at that location. Yeah. That Kroger would go dark fast.
We're working on a new Chick-fil-A that's coming up in Prosper out in front of the new HEB. We sold McDonald's. We went out there right after opening and just walked through to look at it. I mean, it was packed.
Yeah.
And I'm like, somebody's like, hey, go try the barbecue. The barbecue was great. But what's funny is we were walking around and one of our guys is taking some pictures and some lady is all over him in like 30 seconds. Like, who are you? She kept trying to look at he had like a golf shirt on. It's like a golf logo. And she was looking at it like, who are you with? What are you doing? Why are you taking pictures? And I'm like, you should have told her you're with Kroger. He's like, I'm got a stopwatch on your cashier. See how quick they're getting everybody in and out. But they were serious.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Dick's Sporting Goods just acquired Foot Locker. That was announced a while ago, but just closed. So $2.4 billion acquisition. Piecing those two together.
Very nice.
Yeah. And then at long last, the list of the day.
All right, here we go.
I know Jeremy's been waiting on this one.
I'm going to have some hot sports opinions on this, I think. I think.
All
Depends.
Right. So
I'm gonna have some places to go after this.
The 15 best steakhouses in Texas.
Okay.
This is not my list, just to be clear.
God, you get so much shit. Dude, you were like, your list sucks.
I have so many, because my Instagram is private. I have so many people who friended me. They're just living in no man's land on my Instagram profile from that.
Yeah. All right. So 15 best steakhouses in Texas, according to Tasting Table. So take that for what it's worth. This is not my list. This is in no particular order either. So we've got Albernays in Dallas.
I like Albernays.
That's
It's good.
That's good. That checks out. Lonesome Dove.
Oh, I like Lonesome Dove.
Wow.
But they're very unique. You can get some rattlesnake and some quail legs.
Yeah.
That's
you
right.
can really feel like a Texan.
Yeah. So we
There's
got
only one, right? Down in Stockyards.
That's the only one I know of,
Yeah.
but it said multiple locations.
locations.
Okay.
Yeah. So I think there's another one in Austin.
Okay.
So Fort Worth
that
and
makes
Austin.
sense. That makes sense.
Yeah. So you've got Georgia James in Houston, which I've never been to.
Never been there.
This photo looks fantastic. Might have to give that a go. Dean's Italian Steakhouse in Austin.
Huh. Never been there.
Haven't been there. You've got Nuri Steakhouse in Dallas. So that's the
Where's
one
that at?
that opened actually in our building. So right at Maple and Cedar Springs.
Okay.
And that's owned by the founder of, or CEO of Smoothie King. So that's his pet project.
Yeah.
It's right across from Uchi. Have you been there?
No, I'm thinking about the Salt Bay guy.
Oh, no.
Okay.
Completely separate.
Yeah.
Easy on that. That one's already closed.
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
gone.
That is
He's
not-
gone.
that was
That is
I was-
not on the
if
list.
I got confused. I'm sorry.
No, you're good. So that was the one that, made the headlines for spending so much money on the build out. Like they spent $1 million on the wallpaper for that restaurant. And
The salt guy?
no.
Oh, wait, no.
The guy from
Uchi.
Smoothie King.
Yeah.
What's it called again?
Nuri.
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 W's, 2 U's.
How do you spell it?
N-U-U-R-I?
No, N-U-R-I.
Okay.
So that's I've heard great things about that.
Okay.
Have not been there yet.
Expect a really big bill if the wallpaper was $1 million.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Vic and Anthony's down in Houston.
I've heard of that, but
have
I've
as well.
never been there.
Yep. You've got J Prime Steakhouse.
Where's that?
So that is again multiple locations. They're showing Austin. Sorry.
Okay.
Austin, San Antonio.
Okay.
They've been open for 10 years now.
What is it?
J Prime.
I've been to J Prime in San Antonio.
There you go. How
It's
was
good.
it?
Overpriced.
Yeah. Jeffrey's in Austin.
Haven't been there.
No.
No takers on that one. Knife Italian Steak in Las Colinas.
No, I have not heard of this.
The
Yeah.
Knife, is that different from the guy who's off of Mockingbird in 75?
So this is the one that's in the Ritz-Carlton.
Former Four Seasons.
Okay.
Probably the same.
don't-
though,
I
But
don't
right?
it's the same. It's
Yeah.
the same guy, John Tassar.
But we had lunch at The Knife here in Willow Bend.
Yes.
Right, they have one right here. We went there with H-Dog.
Yeah, that was terrible.
Well, the food was good. The service was not good.
Well, yeah, I'm not going to judge anybody on being in Willow Bend.
Yeah,
So
fair.
they had the one on Mockingbird. That was the original. They
Yep.
came up to Willow Bend, and obviously that center has struggled. And then they opened up at the Ritz-Carlton in Las Colinas.
Okay.
They're the only thing at Willow Bend.
Yeah. They were like shocked when we walked in. They're like, people, what?
Food was good. I thought it was. I don't know if you did, but
Town Hearth.
That's
Oh,
like a family dinner for us. My brother walks in there, he high fives everybody. He knows them all. Like he doesn't even order. Like he just sits down and they bring it all out. It's
Oh,
kind of
wow.
funny.
I think he was hitting that place like once a week at
Oh.
one point.
2 to 3 times a
Yeah.
week. It's like where it's literally where he eats like
Yeah.
That's fantastic. Steak 48 down in Houston.
No.
That's very good. Perry's Steakhouse.
Hey, Perry's is really good.
Are we
As a
talking pork
steakhouse?
chops or
No,
are we talking
I've-
steakhouse?
Both. Like
Yeah.
Okay.
I always forget about them as a steakhouse.
Yeah.
But when I do go there as a steakhouse, it's always really good. But I mean the pork chop, you can't beat that
Yeah.
value.
Yeah.
We saw you there.
We
Yeah.
really
Pork chop,
got-
pork
yeah.
chop Friday.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Their new location in downtown or
Yeah.
in uptown's sick, man. It's
Yeah,
a
it's
nice,
nice.
It's
Yeah.
a nice space. So
Yeah. You've got Bohannon's down in
Oh.
San Antonio.
Oh,
Absolutely
yes.
fantastic.
I have not been, but I've only
It's-
heard great things.
Yeah, down by the Riverwalk.
Mhm.
It is an amazing steakhouse. They were, as far as the story they tell, they were the first steakhouse to import Wagyu beef from Asia, right? So they actually put them on a plane, cargo plane,
the cows
the cows
alive.
on a cargo plane and
No
flew
way.
them to Texas. And the story goes that was the first time full, cows had actually been flown out of there. And the locals were trying to block the runway. It was a whole thing. And apparently it's never happened since. So any American grade Wagyu comes from those steers.
That was like the Mayflower.
The Mayflower of Wagyu. Yeah. So anyways.
So they got the goods from them,
Yeah.
if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
And then that's the end of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see.
That's funny.
Doris down in Houston.
Man, I just don't go to Houston much.
No.
No, I know. They've got some good ones on here.
But
The
Bohanna,
food in Houston's always supposed to be great.
Yeah.
so.
people said that was like the first, I think, true white tablecloth restaurant in San Antonio.
I can
Or
see
one
that.
of the first.
Sure. Yeah. Tango Room in Dallas.
I have not
Anybody
been there.
tried
Where's that at?
Yeah.
That is down on Highline Drive.
Okay, so that's that in. I guess that's in Design District, maybe?
Victory
Yeah.
Park.
Yep. Methology down in Houston.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
So this is, I think it's a pretty good list. I think there's probably a couple you could argue to add on here, and maybe a couple that we just don't know well enough to comment on.
Who was missing that you
There we
were
go.
disappointed about?
What do you got?
You know what I'm coming out with.
Nick and Sam's?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where is it?
All right. Now I will say this. Last time I ate at Nick and Sam's, the food was amazing. The piano guy singing happy birthday every 3 minutes.
Yeah.
It was tough to carry on a conversation.
Yeah,
We were there for a business dinner. Now the food was fantastic, as it always is.
Mm-hmm.
But you're elbows to assholes in that
Yeah.
place.
Yeah.
And it's tough to carry on good dialogue. The
Yeah.
food is great. And there is something fun about all the buzz that's in that building. So quick story, this is full blown COVID. Like the world is kind of shut down.
Okay.
Nick and Sam's is open for business.
Oh, yeah.
And we've got a client in town from Chicago. He comes in, we have dinner there. Chicago is like arresting restaurateurs that are open for business, right?
Right.
He comes to Nick and Sam's. They're
It's
bringing
like,
in additional
what is
chairs
going
and
on in
tables, and
here?
we're all sitting at like it is full heyday. And he's like, what is happening? He goes, the cops would be kicking in the front door if this were in Chicago right now. But the food is great, but it's so loud.
Yeah.
It's so loud.
Yeah.
So
It's a
during-
great scene.
During COVID, we started doing my wife's birthday there. And then after the third one, the 23, we stopped because exactly what your point is. It was like impossible to like enjoy company.
Yeah.
It was not, but the
Yeah.
food's always good.
Food's amazing. But yeah, you got to be just into the scene and watching everybody.
That's
It's
right.
kind of tough.
We went to
Good time.
Evelyn's in Design District. That was a pretty good steakhouse. Now, as far as atmosphere, we had a private room because we had so many people.
Mm-hmm.
But man, out in the atmosphere is like a club, and I was just like, my wife, she lost a lot of, she pretty much lost her hearing in her left ear. She's like, I wouldn't have been able to hear anybody out there. So I mean, because it's like you walk out there, it's steak, But it was really good. But Del Frisco's, I feel like Del Frisco's should have been on there. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I like the Fort Worth one because it's like an old saloon.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
Another hot take, Houston.
Yeah.
Mastros.
There you go.
Shout out to Brian Williams at Vaquero taking me to Mastros for my first time.
There you go.
I love it. I mean, it's a phenomenal.
This is in Houston.
In Houston, yeah. I think Mastros is the Nick and Sam's of Houston. Better spacing for the tables, much more glitz and glamour because you're in that you're off of Post Oak,
Right.
Mm-hmm.
and they have the Bentley dealership adjacent to it. So you see, it's phenomenal. You would love the people watching there.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
So
Rob, have you hit the place that you were talking about? It's down by your office.
I have not.
Okay.
No, not yet. We had, actually, we got invited to their kind of sneak peek, friends and family, and I couldn't make it. Sent a client. He absolutely loved it.
Yeah.
He was raving about it. We haven't made the journey down there.
What's it called again?
Nuri.
Maybe they need
Nuri.
to listen to this and give us a free sampling.
I think
They could get the sponsorship.
it's not fast food Friday. It's
No. It's
Hey, how about
Steakhouse Friday?
how about Bob's Steakhouse?
Bob's? Yeah.
overrated.
Oh man! All right.
Wow.
I do not like Bob's.
Not even Bob's on lemon?
No. It's not
Okay.
that great.
Doesn't like the
Not
carrot.
that
That's okay.
great.
What do they call it? Char? The char, like
Yeah.
whatever they do. They're sear.
Just,
Bob's on Lemon, I feel like the seating is kind of like Javier's.
Yes.
Like you get in there and you're like, they purposely put you in an uncomfortable seat. So you're like, we got to get
In and out.
We got to get these people
Fair.
in and out.
And then Papa's
yeah.
Papa's Steakhouse.
Yeah, Papa's
Yeah.
is pretty good.
That's pretty
Yeah.
good.
You know what? It's really good. Its location sucks
It's
for that.
it's a tough deal.
Tough
I
area.
mean,
So
like-
the Papa's family actually owns all of that real estate. They
Sure.
own that whole quadrant with
Yeah.
all their stuff. And you had the Geno's East that closed, and we talked to them. It's like, hey, who's going to backfill this? I don't know. Like that's a tough tough piece of real estate to lease. They drive enough traffic for themselves; they're fine. But as a new tenant going in there, that's a tough ask.
Yeah.
What is the steakhouse at the corner of McKinney? Golly, I used to go there all the time. Why can't I think of the name? They were in downtown in the basement, and then they moved over to uptown.
Dakota's?
No.
That's the underground place you're talking about?
Golly, I can't remember.
No, that's the ocean.
It's right there as you like come down, take a left on Pearl, and it's like right there at the corner of McKinney and
it's not Warsaw.
No, that place sucks.
You know what also is not great? Dunstan's.
Let me see.
Not good.
Not good.
Their salmon's good. You should eat their fish. It's not bad. No. So, anyways,
anytime you're saying steakhouse, but try their salmon.
Exactly.
That's
you see what I mean?
Yeah. So we went. We used to go here all the time. It's so funny. I can't remember it. But golly, what is the name of this place? Oh gosh, this is.
I have a funny Dunstan story.
Go ahead.
This is circa 2018, and we went to Holt Lunsford's house. He had a couple events going on, and whoever was supposed to move the furniture for a fundraiser he was doing, or whatever event he had, didn't show. So in a pinch, a bunch of us went over there like at 4:00 on a Friday, help him move around like all the folding chairs and stuff. And afterwards, we're all sitting around his fire pit, and everyone has a beer, and we're all hanging out. Some of us were single for the night. Our wives were out of town. And we're like, where do we go for steak tonight? He's like, Dunstan's. And we're like, okay, cool. Because a lot of us were transplants or just starting to make a little bit of money and treat ourselves. So we go to Dunstan's that night. Good experience because it's like the back room. It's dark, like classic Dallas place. Halfway through the meal, we're all like, this place is not good. Why did he send us here? And now it's a running joke of all the guys who work there that used to work there. We have it. We when we are like, hey, let's all get together and eat. And like the first recommendation, people start throwing Dunstan's. It's like an internal joke.
Dude, it's so the old Warsaw. I don't know. My dad was like, let's go to the old Warsaw. And we go to it, and I was like, it was like the guy like running the restaurant, like who like you could tell owned the restaurant was also like the server, and like I was like, this is not good. So
it's a lot of gray hairs.
Golly, why can't I find
be in the
this
restaurant
place?
business?
Oh gosh, it sounds terrible. Okay, well, I'm gonna tell the story real quick about this steakhouse that I can't remember where I used to go there all the time. Golly, I'm losing my mind. Anyways, we got to like know the maitre d' or whatever. And like, I just remember one time me and Tammany walked out of there, and like, he knew we had kids and stuff. We had babies at the time. And he was like, and I don't know what it was. Like, he was like, say hello to those kiss those babies for me. And we just looked at each other like, what the fuck? And we never went back. Ever. Man, I mean, we were there like every month. Like, it's fun. You'd see like some old dude with a prostitute, and So, anyways, but
it's not Ocean Prime, is it?
No, I didn't see. I just looked through fit. Maybe it's not in business anymore.
Stillwell's.
I'm gonna text. I'll have to text her afterwards. I can't remember the name of this place.
All right, so Mastro's, Nick and Sam's, Del Frisco's.
Mm-hmm.
What was the other option? You already said Nick and Sam's.
I threw out Bob's, but that got shut down.
A lot of people like Bob's. This is me personally. I don't just like someone's like, hey, let's go to Bob's. I'm like, Outback. Like,
have you eaten at the new Outback in Prosper?
I have.
Yeah,
I like it. I like Outback.
It wasn't bad.
I would throw in a different one though.
Oh yeah, here's
it's coming in hot.
Price
for the
value matrix.
For the price quality matrix. Texas Roadhouse.
Yeah.
Okay.
Will loves it.
It's for the value buying.
Yeah.
Will went there for his birthday
and for the bread.
Did. Yeah.
The bread is legit.
They're also in our pipeline for deals. I was like, part of our thing is like, let's go and test the concept.
Yeah.
See, like, what is the customer experience
so
like?
Will takes his whole family and charges.
No, I did.
Put it on the corporate card.
I did not.
Yeah.
I did not. I did not. I did
love
take
it.
Dylan there for that experience, but it was great. I was like thoroughly impressed.
Oh, this is another good list. You got 2.
You want to run through this one?
No, your voice is so much better for this.
All right. So we've got State Fairs back. Has anybody been?
No.
And apparently the news is no one has been. Like,
Really?
you see,
Yes.
like no one went this weekend.
I saw some local reporter said it was him and his wife. By the time he got in, he had already spent $100.
Yeah.
Just he hadn't even bought anything yet. I hadn't gotten tickets.
I
Just
think it's
opened last Friday, or
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so expensive. I don't think anybody's going.
I hate the tickets. They need to get an
And then-
app or something on the
And
phone.
then he said it was $20 for a strawberry smoothie that he bought,
oh,
or 10, or either or.
Wow. It
Like-
wasn't a strawberry daiquiri,
No,
Those are 40.
yeah.
but it comes with a whalebone that hangs around your neck. That's great. Great. All right. So here's our new list. The 10 new Texas State Fair foods you have to try in 2025. So we've got a ramen bowl that starts from Mr. Ramen Fusion. I don't know how, it doesn't really seem like a fair food, but that's all right.
I'm going to say,
Now this one is right up your alley. The Meat Lovers Crunch Wrap Calzone.
oh, wood.
Yeah.
That's great. Let's see. We've got deep fried carbonara.
No, that's sacrilegious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's insulting.
Yeah.
They just insulted this Italian right here.
Hard pass.
El Cono Loco.
Gay ass.
Yeah. Creamy spaghetti laced with hatch green chilies, queso, Monterey Jack cheese, stuffed into a cone-shaped piece of fresh-baked garlic Parmesan bread, and then deep fried.
Nope.
Lobster 3 ways.
I'm not eating lobster at the State Fair of Texas.
Explain further, but I think I'm with Jeremy on that.
Yeah. Cajun stuffed seashells.
I think that's in the same boat.
Churro, cheesecake, jalapeno poppers.
Wood.
Get behind that.
Dubai chocolate dream.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, do that.
Yeah.
What is it? It's a dessert.
It's a dessert. Yeah. So it's got pistachio floss, gold dusted chocolate chip cookie,
Oh, yeah.
marshmallow, chocolate, freeze dried strawberries. It's a sundae.
Okay.
Sounds
Yeah, it looks good.
Pardon.
Cornbread donut.
Oh, man.
I'd probably try that.
Yeah.
Would.
Frozen pickleback. So it's a whiskey followed by a pickle juice chaser, but it's all frozen with a tahini rimmed cup and a pickle on the side.
Probably out on that. Probably just
Yeah.
having a beer.
Yeah.
At the
There you go.
fair.
Awesome.
Might be good though. That's it?
Those are my list. Yeah,
Those are the
that's
new
it.
ones?
That's it.
Man, they're really reaching this year for this. Like, hey, go to the pantry and just throw everything together and fry that motherfucker.
Just mix it up and fry it. We're good to go.
So
We're good to go.
It's my biggest thing with the fair is like it's so hot that I don't want to eat fried food.
yeah. Well, and they're not even giving kids free tickets this year.
really?
No, I think they've had so much issue with like the junior high kids are getting them, but not the high school kids because I think they've had so much issue with like fights and
Yeah.
stuff like that. So,
Well, I think they put an age
Yeah.
restriction on
You
it,
have to
right?
have an
You gotta
adult
have an adult.
after a
Curfew.
certain time at
Yeah.
night. Yeah.
So like when my kids get in for free,
yeah, I think so.
okay, not going though.
Well, but they give you a free ticket. You know what I mean? Like that was always a thing.
Yeah,
Everybody
through
got a
the
free.
school.
Every
Yeah.
school gave out free
Oh,
tickets.
okay.
Everybody got a free ticket to the State Fair, but this year they're not giving them to high school kids.
I hate to admit, I have never taken my girls to the Texas State Fair.
Oh, you haven't?
So
you
Jess and I
should
were
do
talking,
that.
we're going to do it this year.
Yeah, it's pretty
Yeah.
fun.
We're going to take them down there. What I'm trying to figure out is, like, can we just pull them out of school on a Wednesday and just
Do
be
it.
the only people in there?
That's
Hey,
the way to do
that's
it.
what I wanna
That
do.
is the way to do
that's
it.
the way to do it.
I don't need
Yeah.
to be down there on
Don't
Saturday.
go
No.
Saturday.
Well, they give you a
Texas
day off to do it, but
weekend.
everybody's off that day to go
Yeah.
down there, so it's packed.
Yeah.
We've made that mistake
Yeah.
with the kids. It's
Yeah.
like, oh my gosh, everybody's here.
Yeah, the last time I went was when I was at Holt, and that was 5 years ago with the kids. They were too small.
Yeah,
They're too
it's
small. Too small.
Now would be fun.
Probably, yeah.
You can do like the little hands on a farm.
Yeah.
Those are the fun. Take a little livestock barn.
Yes.
Watch the dogs like run and jump and do flips and their little arenas. They'll get off. They'll like those things.
They got really big into the pig races while we were there that one time.
It's perfect.
It's great.
Yeah.
You'll load up on the tickets though, and you'll either not buy enough or you'll buy too many, and then you'll just hand them out as you're leaving. Yeah.
Yeah. You should probably, if you want to like really do the value, like this would be good for you'd like this idea. Just hang around by the exit, just kind of walking around, and someone's gonna like just give you some tickets. You get there like an hour early. Tell Emily to show up. You've already.
That's so cheap. This makes me look so bad.
You think you crushed it, and you get in, you're like, I got half a beer. Yeah. I got 100 tickets and a half a beer.
So
that's funny.
Well, anything else, boys? That's it. Who do the Gators have this weekend? Bye? Can they buy?
We've got Texas at home.
Oh, that's right.
Yep. And then we travel
think y'all
to
cover.
College Station.
I think y'all cover. I don't know if you win, but I think you cover. But I think y'all need to win. This
we
is
came
a
off the
need
bye.
to win.
Yeah, we came off the bye week. So if you were going to make any changes, this was your chance to do it.
Yep.
And then we're gonna head down to College Station for Florida A&M. So
I hope y'all beat them.
A&M looks pretty good.
Do they?
Yeah.
Do they? They haven't
Tech
covered.
looks good.
They haven't covered.
Tech looks good.
Yeah, we do. Don't get the anointing oil out just yet. We find a way to mess things up. So, but we've got some good dudes. But A&M hasn't covered against weak teams.
No.
So I don't buy that hype.
Yeah, it wasn't like they just crushed Auburn 10-16 or whatever it was.
But I mean, like UT San Antonio, they didn't crush them either. Like, they should have. So
I was a little disappointed in nephew Tommy's picks. I got to be honest. I listened to his.
He's out there. Tommy, give it to him.
Tommy,
he just showed
I need
up.
better from you, Tommy.
Yeah.
I was a little disappointed. And he sounded so confident in some of his picks.
Yeah.
He does a lot of research like Jeff. They're really into it.
Yeah.
I mean, the three of them are. I'm just there. But
I love how you jump in from time to time.
Yeah.
Like they used to be good.
They used to be good. But no, Tommy has a lot of conviction.
Yeah.
But I think over the weekend, like I was out in Graham with him last weekend and the weekend before. And there was a couple games. He's like, man, I missed that one. Well, I think the deal that really messed everybody up was the Iowa Indiana game.
Well, that was a bad bet. I don't know if y'all saw that, but
I don't know what the line was.
It was a 6.5 point line.
Mm-hmm.
It was 20-13 with 3 seconds left. Indiana has the ball. They're on like the 40. He takes the snap and runs backward 60 yards
to run the clock and get a safety.
And he just jumps into the end zone, takes safety. But the clock expired like at the 20-yard line when he was at the 20-yard line.
He could have
just nailed it.
Wow.
And like that was bad beat. So
that's tough.
That's bad. But when you're celebrating, you're like, we won. And then, oh no, we didn't.
I think we can all agree that ties in NFL football should go away.
Dude.
Yeah, it's crazy.
That was horrendous.
I was really pissed off. I stayed up for that.
I was like, forget it. I'm going to bed. Yeah. And then I woke up and saw the score and I'm like, I'm glad I didn't stay up.
Yeah.
How that clock operator didn't let the clock expire.
Yeah.
I would have made him come back and review the tape. So
it like I was
1 second left.
I was watching it and I was just like, okay, yeah, y'all about to screw this up. So I can go to bed like in the first quarter. And then they're like, man, you're in it again. Dang it. All right, I'll make it till halftime. Then they drag me all the way to overtime to tie. So
yeah. Awesome.
All right.
Thanks, boys.
Till next time.
Yep.
See ya.